everybody, it's Christina from Christina's Crafts. Today I'm going to be making a little thing of birch logs using these rolls that I got off of tulle and mesh from Dollar Tree. So I've been saving them for quite a while, not quite sure what I was going to do with them, but I did find one roll of this ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using that to wrap them. But first I need to get them the size that I want. I think I'm going to have them kind of stacked like this. But I need them, I want this one to be a little bit smaller and this one to stick out a little bit more, but not too much. So let me see how I am going to cut these. I'm thinking maybe the X-Acto knife. So let's see how this works. Oh. If I can cut a straight line. No, that's my big problem. I thought of scissors, but then I thought they would squish too much. So that's a pretty good size right there. I'm just gonna try to clean up this edge a little bit. So I think that's a pretty good size. And then I want this one to stick out a little bit more. So I'm thinking probably about here. So let's cut that one out. So I have these little circles. I'm not quite sure where I got them from. They were in my craft stash. Holy cow. It's been a long day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down to fit around the ends because that's going to look, that's kind of like a natural kind of wood look of what the birch looks like. So I'm going to stick this on here. And then I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw around here. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go really slow to try not to break the wood. And I'm going to cut this so that it'll fit on the end. Oh, yep, see, it breaks pretty easy. But I'm thinking it should still look okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think once you get the birch paper on there, I think it's gonna look okay. Okay, so I have all my tubes done, and now I'm gonna hot glue these pieces onto here. Okay, so I'm gonna stick some hot glue on here. I'm not very good at sticking hot glue on edges, but I'm gonna do my best here. And then stick my little end piece on there. And then I think once it's stuck on good, I think I might try to trim it a little bit better on there. So let me get these all stuck on. Trying to make, so I at least have one, like the front side is decent looking. Okay, I have them all glued on, and now I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to cut it out and stick it to my little tubes here. So we're going to try this. I don't know how well this is going to work. Stick this on here. Try to center it before it dries too much. And then roll it. Yes, the hot glue kind of melts this a little bit. All right, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave those bottoms open like that because you're not going to see it because it's going to be sitting like this. So it doesn't pay to waste any more ribbon to do that, to cover the whole thing. Pull it tight. And I'm going to get it on my big tube. Now that probably would have looked a little bit better if it was covered up a little bit more on that end. Well, it's not going to be perfect. Okay, now I have them all done, and now I'm looking at it, I really wish I would have made this one maybe a little bit shorter, but it's just gonna have to be how it is. So this one's gonna go on the bottom here, and then I'm just looking for the best side here. And I am going to hot glue these together. And then I'm gonna stick this one on top of them. Like so. All right, and then I have my baker's twine, and I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want to wrap these. I'm thinking it's such a small little bundle. I think I'm gonna stick it right in the middle here. So stick a little hot glue on there. Okay, and then I am just going to wrap this around a few times around my logs. There, I think that looks pretty good. I probably don't want to go too much. Flip it over, stick a little hot glue on there. Let's snip that off. Okay, then what I think I'm gonna do is, I got some greenery off of Amazon, and I looked at Dollar Tree and they just didn't have the stuff that I liked this year. So, and it was actually way cheaper just to buy this. I think I got 100 for like $25, 100 of these. So if I remember, I will link it in the description box on my video so you can check that out. So stick some hot glue here. Then I'm going to kind of stick it up a little bit like that. Let's see. And this one over here. I think this would be really cute for a tiered tray. The only problem is you probably should make it maybe a little bit smaller. It's kind of long. And then I have some pine cones. I got this pine cone garland from Dollar Tree. I am just gonna take my scissors and chop some of the pine cones off here so I can use them. I'm just trying to arrange this here. I think I might have to put more greenery on there. These pine cones are a little large too. I'm not thinking I like that very much. Looks kind of goofy. So, yeah, I think it's just because I put those up so far. But they are glued down now, so there's really nothing I can do about that. Can maybe stick one up in the middle here. Maybe that'll make it look a little bit better. Oh, geez, I'm guessing I should be using my wire cutters. Okay, got it cut off. I'm thinking I might have to make that a little bit shorter yet. There, that looks a little bit better. It doesn't look quite so goofy then. I don't know why I stuck them up like that. I should have had them going across by the logs. Who knows what I do? Alright, I think these pine cones are just a little too big for this. Okay, so I found a bag of some smaller pine cones that I had from Dollar Tree from last year. Thinking those are going to work a lot better on here. And yeah, these are going to be definitely way too big for that. Alright, so I'm just going to stick these up, going into my branches. Yeah. My glue takes this glue gun is so high temperature, it takes quite a while for my hot glue to dry. Okay, so I was looking for some little berries in there, and it looks like this is the only pick that I have. So I think I'm just gonna cut some of these off of here, and then I'm gonna stick these berries right in the middle here. Okay, and just because I think that it still looks goofy with the branches sticking up, I'm gonna stick a few branches on the side here, Just some of these little remnants that I have. Trim that a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why I stuck those up. It probably would have looked a lot better if I wouldn't have done that. But either way, I still think it turned out pretty cute. So that's it. My cute little birch logs that I made. This is just gonna sit somewhere on one of my shelves for Christmas, but because I don't have a tiered tray, but I think that it would look super cute on a tiered tray. And look at the ends, they look pretty good. All right, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell so you get notified when I upload, and take care. Thanks, bye. Okay, side note, come back. I'm just gonna stick a couple little more of these green pieces in here, just so it looks a little bit fuller. I don't know, I just wasn't liking it. Oh yeah, I should probably stick it in this way. I know, since I stuck those branches up, I think it just kind of made the whole thing out of whack. So, you know what? I'm just gonna cut some of these off here. Yeah, I know, you're probably not even watching the end of this video. So this is gonna go like that. There, I think that just fills it in a little bit more. Okay, that's it.